right. I guess we'll call to order tonight's school building committee meeting. It is 6:02. First up, review of or has anybody sent any public comments through emails or sign up to speak?
Not
No?
that I saw.
Okay, so we'll move on and someone approve the minutes for last meeting.
I'll
All
make a
right. Like
recommendation
make a
to approve the
So I
minutes.
think Anthony made the motion, Sean seconded.
Yep.
All those in favors, raise your hand.
All right. I'm taking a photo of this. Got it. Thank you.
Great. And next up is review of where are we here?
Looks like updates on construction admin.
Yep, yep. Is that you and Chris?
Yep. So Chris, I'll hand it over to you if you have some photos you'd like to share.
I don't have any updated photos. Josh, unfortunately, was on vacation the last few days, but I can give an update as to where we are with the project. As you know, school's starting in the next week. The contractor's been finishing up punch list, getting Area C completed, starting up systems, and everything else that goes along with it. Several people on this committee have kind of toured the school in the last few days, so hopefully they're seeing positive results as well. I was there today. The place is looking really good. It's looking finished. There are a few little things to tidy up, as you would think. The contractor has been busy, with paint touch up, finishing up waxing floors, cleaning. On the exterior, the paving's all done. Plants are in. I think they did their first round of, you know, spraying the grass, cleaning up everything that's on the exterior, tidying up some of the outlying areas. I will give Sean some credit. His team did a nice job cleaning up some of the interior with the contractor and removing all the scrub and overgrown brush along the Crozier Field fence line. So that has been clean. They're doing work on the stairs, replacing the handrails to get that all done. The basketball courts have been painted in the back with the basketball hoops for exterior recess and play. So that's looking pretty good. And as you can imagine, everybody inside is just doing their best to make sure everything's working properly. Lights, the air's on, system has been started. So the progress is there. Still a little bit to go, but won't affect school opening. If anybody else wants to add to that, their experience.
This is Margaret. I just want to chime in. I was just at the school and walking around with Aaron and a few others, and the, I wish I wish I'd realized you didn't have pictures, Chris, because I took a picture that I now can't send of the STEM room, which is it's in a great location in the building, but it's like Kevin Burke, who's the teacher for the STEM class, was in there and setting up all his equipment, and it's just absolutely about as engaging a classroom full of fantastic stuff as you could possibly imagine. So we'll have to get a picture of that tomorrow and send it around because I think you will all be thrilled when you see it.
If you give me a couple minutes, I can send a couple pictures to myself and go on and show folks.
That would be great, Aaron, because it
Yeah.
Yep.
really is. It's a showpiece.
Sure.
Yeah.
And kudos to Sean for making all that stuff happen and getting it looking good for everyone. I see David Yost has a question.
Yeah, well, actually, a couple of questions. One of the abutters to the driveway, or I guess it's actually a public way coming in from Chapin Street, that short little roadway there. She was under the impression was it going to be only be half paved. Is that the case, or is it going to be the same width as it was originally?
So, David, I literally was just talking to Tom Wolfenden from Fontaine about this about less than 30 minutes ago. So the reason that it is currently half paved is that they're required to repair the road where they did utility installation. So there's a water main repair, I think, or maybe a new water main there. So in the scope of work that they bid on, they were only required to, Fontaine was only required to repair the half of the road. But I know that she had posted on Hello Holyoke, and the mayor had reached out to me about it. So I think we will take a look at with him what it could be. The rest of the street could be paved by change order, and there's some good reasons to do that. So I don't we don't have that as an approved change order right now, but it's kind of on the list of things that we may want to do to wrap up the project.
So it would be the contractor doing that, or maybe that would be something the city would do?
I mean, that's up to the mayor to decide.
If it's a change order, it would go through the
If it's a
current
change, yeah.
contractor.
If it's a change order, it would be Fontaine doing it. And if it's the city doing it, it would obviously be by the city. So,
All right. Well, it's good timing then, talking about the same question I had. And my other question is, because it's been an issue in the past, with renovations and things. After the teachers and the students get into school, they find some leftover debris that was forgotten about. Would that be the contractor's responsibility to come back and clean that up, or would the school have to take care of that?
well, I probably shouldn't speak for Sean, but for the first thing I'll say is that's not going to happen. Like there isn't going to be any debris in the school when the school opens. I do think that as I guess Chris was alluding to earlier, Brian Harris and his team who are working for Sean, as well as Sean, have done an unbelievable job of cleaning the building. But Sean, I don't know if you want to chime in. I don't think there's a world in which there's going to be debris when school opens. Like it's almost all gone now.
Yeah, so anything that is left, like leftover stuff, we're either going to store it and bring it to the warehouse so we have it to make repairs, plus the attic stock. But anything, I'm not allowing anything to stay there, and I'm not even waiting for the contractor, right? Today I did the gym and the calf, and I completely cleared it out, plywood, paper, anything that was in there. I just got up, got it cleaned, got it out of there, threw it in the dumpster if it's trash. If it's going to the warehouse, it's going there. If it's going to a classroom, it's getting into the classrooms. So I'm not going to wait for the contractor to, oh, we'll get to that, or I'm not playing that game. So I'm just in there, like taking care of it, and then obviously checking with the contractor too to make sure. And if there are parts they need that still have to get installed in the school, setting those in the specific areas so the subs know where it is when they need to install it. But yeah, not the floors are going to be as shiny as they can be, and everything is clean, swept, no dust anywhere, everything put away, organized, and not cardboard laying around, not even on the outside, nothing. It'll be 100% ready to go for the kids to start.
All right,
Great.
thanks, Sean. Yeah, I don't think it will happen, but there's always a chance something might have been overlooked. That sounds good.
Jackie, I saw your hand up.
I'm afraid to unmute because my dog's going to bark in like 30 seconds. But this team and Chris and Sean Sheedy and Aaron Linville and Margaret have done so much work to get this building open. But I also got to shout out Kevin McGrath, the principal, because he has literally fully staffed the building, scheduled, got us into our new data system. He is like hauling books upstairs with no elevators, making sure people are getting into their spaces. So him and his team, I'm checking in on him every day. I think I'm going to send his wife a care package because I don't think he's been home in a month.
Oh, that's great to hear. Aaron, I saw your hand up.
I'll just show my couple pictures. I'm sorry I'm not a photographer, but I'd love to show a couple. Um, so
Is that
this
your-
is just, can you see this? Do you see the courtroom, the courtyard?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so that's a
Court-
view of the courtyard from the top, and you can even see the furniture, the tables, and the circle tables down there.
Nice.
Here's our crew who toured today. You see Sean, but also Kelly from the city, and then Rory Casey, as you guys might know, was really like instrumental in making sure the city could afford the project. And once he put his mind to it, he figured it out in like, I swear, 48 hours. And here was the gym. The floor looked amazing. It's going to have a PEC logo on it, but you can also see the cafeteria tables in the back.
We're still seeing
And
here.
Yeah, we
Pardon?
can't, it's not changing.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
okay, hold on. Oh, here. Here's the gym area. Do you see the gym with
There it
Margaret?
is.
Okay. So the floor is looking great. The tables were installed today. And then, sorry, one more stop so you can see the STEM room. Hold on. Sorry, had I known I was sharing, I would have done a better job of
No worries.
preparing these.
Hmm.
Let's see. I think this is it. And I didn't even take the best photo, but you can see there's the teacher, Kevin Burke. He was setting up. There's every table's filled. And then over here on the left that you can't see, there's 3D printers going up. He was getting them all working. It's like the most beautiful room in the whole school. It's amazing. And it's right off the media center, which looked fantastic too. So it's really coming together. And I thought I would see a lot more boxes and stuff around, and really I didn't. It's
Can't
really
wait for the
looking
tour.
good. Yeah. I can't wait for you to tour too.
Anybody else have any questions? I don't see any. Were we going to talk about, I don't know if we had discussed last week about kind of where we are, like with the budget and what we're kind of coming in as. Did we talk about discussing that today at all?
Yeah, we are. Connor is going to share something he was doing that. I just want to say that room has 10 3D printers
10.
along the far
Ooh,
wall, and Kevin had them all running today. So yeah, it was just magical.
nice.
So Connor, can you pull up that? We asked Connor to. Well, actually, from this meeting, Aaron and Anthony are going to a joint city council school committee meeting tonight. And for that purpose, as well as updating you, Connor pulled together a comparison of what the original funding agreement values were for all the different, the kind of the key categories, and is going to show you committed to date. Now, this is not everything, but it tells a pretty good story about where we are today. So, Connor, can you share that when you have a second and walk us
Hold
through it?
on, we'll get to
Because
that one.
I
Can you
will.
guys see?
Yeah,
Should be a spreadsheet up.
yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so we pulled out a few of the main categories: feasibility, construction, FF&E. I wrote here furniture, equipment, and technology. Um, Other soft costs, which includes the OPM's contract, the architect's contract, all our consultants, third-party testing, some miscellaneous other soft costs, and the soft cost contingency is on this line here, and then construction contingency down below that, and then finally the project totals down here. The two columns over here are the project funding agreement, so the original budget, and then our committed to date values over here. So you can see on feasibility, we were slightly under budget. Construction, little under 8 million under budget on the bid savings on bid. a little bit under budget currently on FF&E, although there's a change order, I believe, in the works that might bump it a little bit over. But overall, we're still looking really good, which we'll get there. Other soft costs, um, under by a little bit less than 2 million. And construction contingency, we have our original contingency here, and then our change orders to date right here. And in all, we're about a little over 10 million under budget, with committed to date.
So
Well,
what that means is that value is all just sitting in expanded contingency, but it's a very good story that we are glad to be able to share with you.
yeah, that's great. Looks like there's plenty of room to maybe finish a road.
Well, exactly right. That allows to sort of figure out the best way to pay for some of those odds and ends that come up at the end of the project as you're wrapping up.
Sure. All right, thanks. Any questions on the budget? I don't see any. So moving on, I think review next steps with Josh.
Yeah, I will just hand it over to Margaret right now. Margaret, if you want to give us an update on what we were discussing earlier.
Yeah, so we have, and I can't remember, I don't think we had this when we last met. The work that's being done in the school right now is under what's called a temporary certificate of occupancy. And that was just extended by the building commissioner. And the building commissioner has let us know that we can open the school under the temporary certificate of occupancy. There was a which may still next week for a function, but the fire department has asked us some about the way the fire alarm system works. So we had a test of the fire alarm system, and they had accepted it. They've come back with some questions about whether we can control the sound and increase the sound. We have some ability to do that, but ultimately what we decided is we need to sit down to the fire department and sort of look at the options. So at the moment, I'm still hopeful that we'll get the regular certificate of occupancy next week. But even if we don't, we can open the school under the temporary certificate of occupancy on the 25th. And the teachers are coming back on Tuesday, right, Aaron? Some of them are back already, but I think on Tuesday is the day we're expecting lots of teachers in the school.
Yeah, Tuesday's
setting
the
up
official
classrooms.
first day of teachers being required to be back.
So that is the update on the schedule.
So can you were kind of going in and out, and I don't know if it was my computer on the fire part. So there was some, maybe they didn't like the enunciators. Is that what it was? Or
Well, it's the technology for fire systems is evolving, and let me know if you are having trouble hearing me because the car is moving. I can probably pull over and see if that helps. Can you
no,
all
you
hear
sound
me
much better.
okay?
You should sound much
Okay.
better now. It could have been my
Okay.
computer. I don't know.
Okay. So fire alarm systems are changing. So, what we all understand as the school fire alarm are these very loud, deafening horns going off, right? Honk, honk, honk. You couldn't, you can't even stay near them. They're so loud. They kind of drive you out of the room. This building and most schools under current codes have a mixture of alarms in the rooms, and then there's some voice directed communications in public spaces. And so the sound of the alarms in the rooms is quieter than the old horns that we remember. So I think the fire department has some questions about whether we can increase the sound in the rooms, and if we will work, so we need to sit down with them and talk to them about it next week. We have some ability to modify that, and then there are some other workarounds. So the thing we can't do is sort of bump the sound up beyond a certain level, or we'll blow the amplification system. So we're in the process of setting up a meeting with them. Again, they had previously accepted the system, and now they've come back with some questions. So we think
Okay.
there'll be a retest, but we don't have a date for the retest.
Okay. Thank you. Jackie, you have your hand up?
Yeah, so I have been working with the fire department and the police department and helping PEC create their crisis emergency operational plan. And we have another meeting, Margaret, on Thursday next week at 2:30. And that was one of the action steps. The fire department asked us, I'm so sorry about my dog, whether or not the decibel level could go up.
Yeah, and again, we can increase it somewhat, but we think we should actually sit down and explain to them how this is different. This system is more akin to systems in new schools like the ones that have been built in Springfield recently, and I think we need to kind of take a step back and talk to them about how the overall building works, not just the individual rooms
Now,
sound.
did they review the plans before we built the school?
They did, but they're not engineers, Mark, and I think they're also not necessarily completely up
Well,
to date on the
I'm
current
not saying
codes.
they're engineers, but if they're reviewing plans, I mean, I would think that certain enunciators are, approved by whatever fire codes might be acceptable. I'm just,
Well, here's the thing I'll tell you about fire departments and public buildings in general.
yeah, I know.
They want what they want, whether I mean the system is completely code compliant,
Yeah, I know.
but they are in a position to say,
Yes.
we want something more than code. So
Margaret, the other thing that Maria asked was because the fire alarm isn't the alarm, it's like evacuate the building, it's a voice, and they wanted to
right.
know if it could be in Spanish as well. I didn't know
Oh,
the answer to that.
that's a great question. So when did this come up, Jackie? When did you meet with them?
So we met last week. Sean Sheedy was with us. Kevin wasn't, his Dean of Management and Ops, Pat Leahy from the police department, and 3 people from the fire department.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so let's you and I have an offline conversation about that, because I think it sounds like this might have initially come up in that conversation, and it only got back to us on Tuesday. So we probably need to, again, I think we need to get a bunch of people in the same room to talk about what the intention is and how these systems are different from the old ones. But the Spanish language announcement seems like an absolutely important part of this.
Margaret, we can talk offline, and I can also invite you to the standing meeting that we have, and then you can see if you can make it.
All right,
And
thank
you
you.
said it's what day? On Tuesday?
Thursday.
Mark, it's
Thursday the 21st at 2:30.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Aaron?
Hey, Mark, I wanted to ask Kathy O's question from the chat. Does that certification cover all spaces within the school?
The certificate of occupancy or?
That's what I'm assuming. Yes, I see
Okay.
her shaking her head.
Okay.
Yeah, I can answer that. So it does. So the temporary certificate of occupancy allows us to occupy the building while other items are being worked on until we can get our full certificate of occupancy.
Okay. Great, thanks. Any other questions?
Yeah, following question on that. Does that certificate also will cover like for fire safety, plumbing, electrical, like all the requirements that we need to have?
Yeah, 100%, it does. Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Josh, you want to go over next meeting or next review next steps?
Sure thing. So our next two meetings are scheduled, as always, for the second Thursday of each month. Those being September the 11th and October the 9th. Aaron, I'm just going to ask real quick that you talk about the ribbon cutting, which I'm assuming you're about to.
Thank you for inviting me in. Sorry that it got postponed, but I really think this way will be better because we're going to be able to have the ribbon cutting followed directly by the tours, and the school's going to be 100% ready because we've given ourselves a little bit more time, and it has to be ready for the students. So it'll be ready for us. The ceremony will be in front of the school at 4:15. There is a little bit of shade, which is good, but not total shade. We'll have a lot of chairs, thanks to Sean and his team. But you could expect upwards of 150 people. So feel free to invite your friends and people that you work with, who you and your family that know that you've been so involved in making this happen. It really is an all group effort. And then we'll go inside, and there's group tours or kind of open house style from 5 to 6:30. So if you can't get there right at 5, that's fine. We'll be doing tours up until 6:30. Any
Terrific.
questions on that? Great, we can't wait to have you. And also one other thing, some of you stopped by today and at least saw the front entrance and got a t-shirt from me. That's a thank you from us for your participation in the school building committee. If you didn't get if you signed up and you didn't get a t-shirt, I'll leave it with Shayna Gubala in the superintendent's office. Or if you didn't sign up and want to get one, shoot me an email or text me. I'll put my text in the chat because you put in a lot of work, and it's just a really nice way to share your PEC pride.
Excellent. Thanks, Aaron.
Thank you for coming, Luke.
So hope to see everyone at the open house. I guess at this point, we can entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Motion was made and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor? Jamie got her hand up really quick.
All right, captured.
All right. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye all.
We're almost
Thank you, everyone.
there.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thanks all.